So, Donald Trump finally turned on his reciprocal tariffs.
Our country and its taxpayers have been ripped off for more than 50 years. In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Reciprocal.
In fact, he was the first to blink.
Did Donald Trump blink?
Clearly, I think the pause shows that the administration was getting a bit nervous about the economic fallout of these tariffs. So this 90-day pause is a welcome development.
Even with all the thousands of people calling him to do deals.
We have had more than 75 countries from around the world reach out to President Trump and his team here at the White House to negotiate better trade deals for the American worker.
He woke up and saw that treasury bonds were tanking. They were doing badly. People were selling treasury bonds like there was no tomorrow.
Japan, America's loyal financial partner, executed an unprecedented sell-off of $1.7 trillion in United States Treasury bonds, and this will change everything.
Japan, one of the biggest holders of treasury bonds, was selling everything overnight.
For years, Japan's billions flowed into American debt, propping up the dollar and fueling Washington's spending. But suddenly, Tokyo pulled the plug, unleashing chaos on Wall Street. Bond yields spiked, the dollar trembled, and global markets plunged into turmoil.
In the meantime, there will be a 90-day pause on the reciprocal tariffs as these negotiations are ongoing, and the tariff level will be brought down to a universal 10% tariff.
And this is what prompted him to blink. So now we have a 90-day reprieve.
The S&P 500 surged 9.5%, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq shot up 12%.
The biggest increase in the history of the stock market. That's pretty good.
The market rebounded from massive losses on the stroke of a pen, with the US president giving allies a tariff reprieve for 90 days, downgrading the hit to a tax of 10% while they strike deals with the Trump administration.
Musk, on the other hand, is backhandedly cursing out Navarro by letting his younger brother, who works for Tesla, calling Navarro a moron, saying he's dumber than a sack of bricks. And then he put another tweet, another X or another tweet to say apologies to the sack of bricks. It's all fired. When President Trump announced the kind of step back, Navarro wasn't around, Musk wasn't around. And he was saying that the bonds market was feeling a little queasy.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I saw last night where people were getting a little queasy.
They were feeling a lot queasy. And that's why, even Fox News, one of Donald Trump's main supporters, decided that the tariffs are doomed and no one was going to move their factory here in the next 3 months or 4 months and start paying outrageous costs to workers who are the most expensive workers in the world.
Mr. Secretary, if you get your tax cuts, and I guess you're well on the way, you get your deregulation, these are all huge pro-growth items. Okay. We will grow, the United States, will grow faster than Japan. We will grow faster than almost anybody. Therefore, almost by definition, by growing faster than the rest of the world, we're always going to have a trade deficit. So I don't know why you'd want to use the trade deficit in a calculation for a reciprocal charge. I understand your point about non-tariff barriers. I get that. That's why I would have chosen a handful of countries, I don't know, maybe 10 or a dozen countries, and really carefully pinpointed it. But to apply this to the whole world on the basis of trade deficits, is that really the best in your judgment? You've been around a long time, you've looked at these, you've done analysis. Is that really where we should be at?
There's no way you can make Nike or iPhones here without them tripling in price to the consumer. And who are the consumers? Americans. So President Trump was said to have changed his mind mainly because of bonds, treasury bonds. Not because a lot of his cabinet mates were able to get insider information before the turnaround and probably able to invest in all the kind of big tech stocks that's tanked. Knowing fully well in the morning he was going to make this announcement, they must have made a killing, you know.
Who knew in advance that the president was going to once again flip-flop on tariffs? And are people cashing in?
This could be an enormous scam.
There is just all too much opportunity for people in the White House and the administration to be insider trading, and you can't put it past them for a minute.
I'm very interested in what members of Congress have been buying and trading stocks in the last 24 hours prior to this tariff announcement.
So for all of us who are in crypto, if only we had that inside information, where could we be now, you know? I just wanted to make a quick thing, just to say that, yeah, I heard about this. I knew it was coming, otherwise we're going to be in deep recession. And some of the things he's already announced and done, it's already gone too far and too deep. Our only hope is China. Not China. This is Alexander F. Ordinary from Caliban Crypto. Not going in depth into the turnaround, but I have to make a comment on it. Until next time, I'm out.